Good evening, folks. It is 11:21 p.m. Central Standard Time on July 22nd, 2022. Hope our creator is keeping you well and safe wherever you are in the world. Please make sure to hit that like button, share this across other platforms so we can let people know what's going on out in our solar system and the effects it has here on Earth. If you happen to be new to the channel, please make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell in case we have any critical future updates. Right now, we are all anticipating the arrival of the coronal mass ejection. Guess what? It has arrived. But there are other little tricks to discover it. This right here is actually updated, KP5. As you can see, we actually came down from the solar winds hitting, and then it kind of came down, and then we can see these two bars coming up. But these are 3-hour block segments, and so we're gonna have to wait for basically till 6 a.m., which is about another half an hour for this to actually update. Now, when we come in over here and we take a look at the real-time solar winds, we can actually see here, every time you see these little purple marks, it means that we got to below -6. See this right here where it's -6? You got 7 and -6. Once you get to -6 on the BZ, that indicates that there's an event happening that we're taking pressure. Okay, so as we were coming over here, we can see here that we were definitely at the front. Now this is the very front of the coronal mass ejection impacting, okay? So ahead of the actual plasma is going to be solar wind, and that's what this is right here. That's what this little impact, you see it kind of bouncing, you see it, the pole's trying to, basically a magnetic field trying to recover and get back to normal, and at this exact moment right now, it is at 0. So it would show that, everything is fine. But you can see it bouncing, which means the winds are here. You come down here and you take a look at our phi, which actually happens to be the solar winds. You can see how it goes. And this, when it comes up like this, when you see it shoot up like this, it means that this is positive. And then when it drops down, it goes negative, because just like with plasma, solar winds also have positive and negative charge. So you can see it drop, and that can actually trigger us and send us right into a geomagnetic storm, even if there's not a whole lot going on. And as we come over here and we take a look at our density, density is kind of bouncing around, but it is climbing. Okay, I think at the highest point we're at 20.32. There's a solid 23, which really isn't a whole lot, being 23 centimeters cubed, but it does show that something has arrived. But this is not the coronal mass ejection. If it is, I'll be honest, it's pretty darn weak. Looking at our speeds, we got up to 617 kilometers per second, and we actually did peak out here at 702, which again, it would be ahead of it, but we'll see what happens here shortly. But here's how I know that the front of it has arrived. You come on over here to spaceweatherlive.com, and you come over to auroral activity, pop down to right here, auroral activity, and this is where that brings you to this page. This shows you the exact current. I mean, this literally updates every 10 minutes. So we're now at a KP5 index. This is globally. But the other thing before this even updates is this right here. You see every one of these little blocks? That's at 5:06. So this is only 5:06 a.m. That's UTC time, which is only 20 minutes ago, roughly 20 minutes ago. So this thing updates even more rapid. Okay, so as you can see here, higher. Oh, come on, hold still, will you? Sorry. So as you can see, we are at 77 on the top side, and on the bottom side, we're right about 77 as well. So this right here, the hemispheric power, actually lets us know. You can actually come here yourself and you can tap on this and you can read what it says. It tells you all kinds of information. But when you start seeing this going up, that's when you know that we're having an activity. 77 gigawatts. Now, you guys remember Dr. Emmett Brown, a bolt of lightning, 1.21 gigawatts. Yeah, 77 gigawatts. That can power a lot of homes, folks. As soon as they release the information on how to harness that, where we can have free electricity, which they're holding on to it, we can do it. We'll be able to actually have free energy right from our hemispheric power, believe it or not, because this is globally, and that's a lot of places. So anyways, this is our KP5. We are actually in the event now. I don't think this is going to get caught up here in time because I'm actually getting ready to go to bed. But right here we can see that the front of it has arrived. Looking over here at our Schumann, I wanted to show you guys something. This right here is the last couple of days. This is yesterday's. And as you can see, we've been having some pretty large spikes going on here. This is in Tomsk, Russia. And if we scroll on up here to the top, we can see today's. Oh, come on, keep her going. There we go. So this right here, actually being the 22nd, this is what it is here, and this is what it was the day before. Very interesting that we're getting these hits. Well, guess what? The best way to check is to come on over here to the Italian model, and we can see that something's going on in Italy. So we are in an event mode for the Schumann resonance. This is the Schumann throughout the whole day. It did come up quite high, and then if you look at this one here, look at this. See how it shot straight up? This is a CERN right here. When CERN fires up, it shoots straight up. But when you have this little slow roll like that, that's usually indicative of lightning storms coming in and then going out of the region. But when you have these brick walls that just shoot straight up, that ain't lightning storm. That's a CERN turn on. So everybody stay safe. I will wake up in the morning and we will see exactly what's going on. So if you happen to be on the day side, keep your eyes peeled. And if you happen to be an aurora watcher, by all means, get your little fun buns outside. I mean, look at this. This is quite impressive. At the South Pole, you're definitely going to have some nice auroras. Northern latitude looks like almost about the upper peninsula of Michigan, you'd be able to get some auroras. So if you happen to be an aurora watcher, by all means, get out and take a look. Look at that. This would be quite nice to be able to see. So you're going to have some yellows and reds up here. Yeah, it looks like maybe even the lower peninsula of Michigan, upper lower peninsula, if that makes any sense. So this would actually be really nice. I'd like to be able to see one of those again. I haven't seen those in quite some time. So remember, keep your eyes open, no fear, and love is the only way forward. So the wolf out.